If you're tired of hearing the same old basic mindset and motivational fluff talk, you've come to the right show. Welcome to ProjectME with Tiffany Carter, the podcast, where we dish on everything from managing that crazy brain of yours to manifesting abundance to my straightforward, actionable steps that will make you major money online. Now, I'm not your typical multimillionaire entrepreneur. It takes a small village to keep my anxiety and depression in check. I'm inherently disorganized with an intense obsession with office supplies. Your girl here is a digital marketing content expert who's generated over $200 million in sales. I promise by tuning in twice a week, you will get a much needed refreshing dose of truth, clarity, and cash making advice. Now let's get to it. What up, my posse, my people, my fellow crazies? I'm your host, Tiffany Carter, and we are going over some heavy crap today. Navigating a fear spiral when nothing feels like it's working in your business, and then you're scrolling and seeing all of these people online, maybe even me included, where you're like, God, why does it look so easy for them? Why does it seem like everything they put out there sells out, or they have $1 million launch, or they're having another multiple six-figure launch? And I've even been practicing my craft or skill set longer. I'm older than this person. I have more followers. I care more. We can go on and on. It might even put you into a space of judgment, right? Where you start kind of low-key judging someone. Those are my PayPal notifications. Normally, we do love this sound, but I don't want to annoy you guys with those. I did it too. I can still do it if I'm in a real sideways way and I'm in a full scarcity spin and I've not been regularly prioritizing my abundance mindset work and practices that I so often share with all of you. So if you're in that scarcity spin right now, without it, I mean, obviously you need to listen to this episode, but go and listen to my mindset reset episodes and my mini money manifesting boost episodes. Just binge them, and they're in brackets. So at the front of an episode, I've put those series in brackets so you can just scroll on any platform you listen to and binge them. And they're designed for you to listen on repeat. Also, my Abundance Walk guided meditation series, that you have to get. People are obsessed with it. And surprise, surprise, there may or may not I might be coming out with a summer series for my guided abundance walks. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. If you want to be the first to hear about it, you need to get inside my secret posse weekly digest. So this is my free email list where every single week you get millionaire mindset exercises. You get a custom affirmation every week from me. You get manifestation stories and best practices, all designed to review literally in 40 seconds or less. And you also get first dibs and discounts, sales, all the things on my stuff by being inside my Secret Posse Weekly Digest. So that link is in the show notes if you swipe up, or you can simply go to projectmewithtiffany.com/secret posse. All right. This is different than my Project Me Posse group coaching membership. This is my Secret Posse free stuff. So you are not without the resources to keep your mind right and get it right. But I'm also aware that life works in wild ways. And you know how they say like bad crap happens in threes? I totally think it's true. It's like when it rains, it pours. Like all these cliche sayings are there for a reason because they're fucking true. And you just get piled on. It's like when you need an influx of cash in your business, then it seems like cash and clients are further and further away. And it's like, what the hell is going on? And then you start coming up with things like, well, is it the economy? You know, gas and oil prices are so high right now. Maybe people are freaking out about that. Or it's summer. Maybe I shouldn't bother doing anything in the summer. No one wants to buy in the summer. You are actually repelling the exact thing you want more of, which is money, customers, clients, sales in your business, by going down this path to try to justify it. If you're not sure why your offers that you're putting out there for any kind of business, why they are not converting into sales consistently and on repeat, why you do not have regular growth in your business. That doesn't mean there aren't times where you kind of have to pull back and you make less temporarily because you're investing a lot in your business in order to shoot far ahead. But if overall 6 month over 6 month, you are not seeing consistent growth in your business, you have holes in it. You have straight up holes in it. So you're not crazy for thinking you're missing something. There's some secret sauce you don't know about. You're not wrong for thinking that. You are missing something. You have holes in your business. Everyone does. This is why I'm hired as a high-level consultant. And there's other people that are hired along with me in different specialties for these multi-billion-dollar, even a trillion-dollar brand I work for. And we have quarterly meetings. I mean, there's even retreats that they pay for us to come on just to do brainstorming sessions, especially on the content side of things. This is regular for these businesses that have been around. Some of them have even been around for 100+ years. Because if you are not constantly growing and refining and getting people from the outside who aren't necessarily paid employees, people from the outside who have different perspectives, different specialties, different backgrounds, having their eyes on your business, you're going to end up missing things. So you operating like this kind of sometimes solopreneur where once in a while you join a program. Maybe once you've joined a mastermind. Maybe one time you hired a coach and you're like, well, that didn't work. I didn't make any more money. I didn't get anything out of it. I didn't really complete that program. I told myself I would, but I didn't get anything out of it. So I don't really want to spend any more money. I get it. And I've done that. I mean, I've blown, God knows. I mean, it's for sure at least $500,000, if not more. Over, I would say, the last 6 years in business by hiring people that were not a good fit, people to work for me as like contractors in my company, me spending money on, ad agencies or ad spend that was a joke. I've hired coaches too who ended up not being who they present to be online. And then I'm not going to continue to coach with them. I have to honor my agreement in that I paid them unless I want to, get my lawyer and all that crap involved. And most of the time it's just easier to pay them, which is why they do that. Pay them, pay the rest of the program and cut my losses. I'm not going to make myself sit there and take a course or continue coaching sessions with somebody when it's genuinely not working. You're not going to be able to avoid that. I've spent a lot of money on like having someone do SEO for me or a blog. So what are my choices? Not to get any help again, not to have expert eyes on my business where they're showing me what holes I have and fucking filling them. I don't need someone to point out just the holes, probably what some of them are. I need someone to point them out and show me how to fill them. A lot of people can point out flaws, things you could do better in your business. You probably even have family members and friends that do that. But if they're not qualified, if they're not experienced in filling those holes and showing you how to do it in a way that feels good to you and your ideal clients, yeah, you have wasted your money. You have someone telling you what your problems are and you don't know how to fix them. And yeah, that gets really defeating and really old after a while. But I'm doing this episode to also wake you up. I know what that feels like. Believe me, I've talked about it, how 2022 is like the year of the reckoning. I mean, man, especially the first 4 months of this year, I don't even know what was going. It was like almost like the devil was trying to stop my work. It was insane. The amount of money I had going out, Then I had during my big Selling with Soul launch that I only launched that signature program once a year. The internet went out during my full launch leader for it. And then we use ClickFunnels for my sales pages and sign up pages. ClickFunnels had a worldwide outage for 48 hours during my launch. I can't make this stuff up. And of course it affected how much I made. Now I still made great money, but it didn't make what we wanted it to make because of things outside of our control. So you can have all the things prepped and planned and all nicely in a row, and stuff is still going to happen. And it sucks. But that's where you can tell the difference between someone who really wants this to work and someone who's only wanting to be an entrepreneur because you want all the pluses. You want the notoriety. You want people to know who you are. You want the cash. You want to design your own schedule. You want the travel. You want the freedom. You want to have a podcast. You want people to know who you are. You want all that stuff, but you're not willing to show up during the tough times. You're not willing to double and triple down when you're like, nothing is working. I feel like I'm bleeding money. I'm bleeding resources and time and energy. And the last thing you want to do is invest in having someone help you. That's the last thing you want to do is spend more money because you don't have the money coming in. If you're not willing to double down and triple down on yourself, you are not an entrepreneur. You're a wantrepreneur. I really want you to hear that because every single business goes in cycles. Go look at the stock market. I don't care who you are, Elon Musk included. You go look, there are times where there's manufacturing issues in the car industry right now. There is a worldwide chip shortage. It is a major problem and there is nothing they can do about it. I went to go get a new Mercedes and my regular people, like the general manager. I mean, when have you gone to a freaking car dealership where the car dealership refused to sell you a car? And this is the general manager and then this great sales guy. And I went in and I was like, well, it's time. And they're like, we see your history and you always upgrade two car levels up every time you come in. That's your pattern. I said, yes, because I'm always open and creating more abundance. I don't want to go backwards in my car choices, home choices, vacation, luxury, anything in my life. Friendships, right? I'm constantly moving that needle up of what my baseline is, of my baseline standard is constantly moving. And they refuse to sell me a car. They go, first of all, because I'm like down with the AMGs. I mean, I'm really not into driving, but if I'm going to drive somewhere, you best believe I better feel like a rock star in that car. And they said there are no AMGs. Like we can't even find you a car that you want. Like even if you tell me you wanted a G-Wagon, it's not happening, or you're paying something insane like $70,000 over sticker, which I'm not available for. So they couldn't sell me a car. That's crazy. And that's out of their control, right? They can't do anything about that. So things are going to happen in business. But that doesn't mean you go, oh, like that general manager is going, oh, well, I guess I'm not going to make my numbers for the year and I'm not going to get my bonus and I'm not going to go for that award of dealership of the year. And, oh, well, I guess I'm just not going to do shit all summer. I mean, that person could do that, but that's not what leaders do. That's not what CEOs do. And I don't care what you do, right? You could be an entrepreneur listening. You could be someone who wants to start your own business, but you're in the corporate world, any part of your life, right? You can be the leader of your home, the father of the home, the man of the house, the woman of the house. Are you operating like the CEO of your life? Are you operating in that way? Because if you're operating in that way, what do? What happens when adversity hits you? What happens when you get pummeled by life? You guys, if you've been listening to this podcast, I mean, you might be new to it, so you can go back. I mean, I highly recommend you doing some serious binging starting in, I would say, September for sure of 2021. Because I don't hold back. I keep it real so you guys can see. And I've been pummeled by life, but I keep showing up. I keep showing up. I show up regardless. I was getting pummeled and I chose to triple down on my business, because when I'm getting pummeled, that means I need more support, not go into scarcity where I'm holding all of my acorns, so to speak, and feeling like I have to hold on to everything. No, this is when you need the most support. This is when you need the most guidance. So these down times allow you time to prepare for the big moments. You're not going to always have high influx cash moments. I know that's what people make it look like online, which is a big part of why I started ProjectME, the podcast and coaching business, because I was so sick of seeing it, because it's not realistic. You could have a hot year. That's possible. I'm not saying that's not, but what's more realistic is you have 3 things, maybe 2-3 things that really hit and do great for the year. And then you try and experiment other stuff and it doesn't work. I've never gone through an entire year of business going, God, every single month, man, I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Never. There's seasons for a reason. There's business seasons, seasons of fire, seasons of humility, seasons to regroup. So when things are not working in your business, this is a very clear sign from the universe, from God, that you need help. You are right. You are missing. When nothing was working in my first business that I still have, which is funny because a lot of you are like, I had no idea that you had a medical, wellness, and pharmaceutical digital marketing agency. Yes, I do, but I don't have to promote it. I didn't use social media to grow that business. It was grown the old school way. My focus now, of course, is on ProjectME with Tiffany Carter, that I can take all of those things that these major companies use, the secrets, the formulas, the techniques, in order for them to make crazy money, have huge launches, all of that. I'm bringing it to you, the small business owner. That you're technically considered like an ultra micro business, even if you're making 7 figures a year. Even if you're starting from zero, if you apply what I teach you, to have access to that information from someone who's going to give it to you straight it's almost completely rare, especially coming from a woman. I am privy to the inside secrets. Obviously, I can't say certain companies' names or give any of their intellectual property, but I can certainly tell you what's worked and what hasn't worked. You're just kind of throwing stuff at the wall to see what works. Maybe you had a couple things work. You're inspecting my stuff. You're inspecting other people's stuff in your industry who seems to be doing well. And so then you're trying to mimic it. And it's like, God, I feel like I mimicked it and it's still not working for me. And why is it working for them? You're playing cheap. If it's not working, it is time to double down. Maybe it's triple down and really get the holes identified in your business and have them filled. So, 1, I have in pre-sale right now. So it's kind of, I'm doing a little bit of a soft secret launch here on the podcast for all of you loyal listeners for my new 6-month ProjectME Mastermind experience. So 6 months with me. We start in September. I'm doing it in September on purpose. That way, you get me and the experts I bring in identifying and helping you fill the holes in your business so that you can make the money that you want to make without losing your damn mind or burning yourself out, both in 2022 and 2023, during the peak seasons of capitalizing on online sales, online marketing, generating leads for your business online. I don't care what it is you do. You're a realtor, you're an accountant, you're a coach, you're a healer. We have all of them inside my mastermind experience. What I've done is I make it by application only so that I can curate the group, because I want to make sure it's the best fit for you and the best use of your time, energy, and money. Otherwise, it's not a good look on me or for the group. Honey over here wants some testimonials, okay? So it is by application only. That link is in the show notes, so you can swipe up. The only other way to get my 6-month ProjectME Mastermind experience application right now is by swiping up, or you can DM me on Instagram and tell me you want the mastermind application. This pre-launch pricing won't last for long, and it's wild. I'm giving you $3,000 off as a reward for committing to the multi-million-dollar CEO version of you, because that's what this is. So $3,000 off, of course, if I feel you're a good fit, you get that. But you definitely don't want to wait on applying if you don't want to be sitting in this same spot during peak season of Q4 this year. And that's where you will be. If you do not know what the holes are, or if you know what they are, but you don't know how to fill them and you want to keep guessing, that's where you're going to end up. That's the straight up facts. When a launch doesn't work for a major company, so let's use an example of a client like Nabisco. Okay, like a lot of the consumer packaged goods that you guys are familiar with them. When something doesn't go well, a big launch that they have, they poured a lot of money into it. They don't just go, oh, okay, now we need to lay off like 20% of the sales force. We need to really buckle down on our expenses. You know what they do? They hire more people. They bring in more experts, especially from the outside, to do an assessment. Why didn't this work? What are we missing here? Let's identify what the issue was and fix it so we can make up for this loss and then some in the rest of our year. Because if they don't make up for it, they're going to have a big problem with their stock and all of their investors. So I need you to start looking at your company like that. But also give yourself, let yourself off the hook a little bit, okay? It's not going to be easy and seamless every month. That's just not realistic. And if you set your expectations that it's supposed to be like that because you're falling for the fantasy marketing on social media, you're going to be screwed. It is not true. Go look at the business section of Apple News or any newspaper. There's hijinks and drama that goes on with every single brand, from celebrity-based brands to big brands like Pepsi. They're not immune to it. So why would you be, who doesn't have all those resources? It's just, you got to kind of check yourself. But guess who the common denominator is in what's not working for your business? It's you. And it's me for my business too. You know, if my podcast downloads are lower than I want, okay, well, we need to take an assessment. Why is that? I don't just sit here and talk to myself about it, or some random person who has no expertise in a podcast. I have a team meeting about it. And then I have to have, some self-reflection. Same with a launch. I mean, yeah, there's tangible things that might not go well, but how was my energy? Did I have enough support during the launch? How much was I in my scarcity mindset during it versus being abundant and fun and free and excited? I'm the common denominator. So yeah, you are missing something. It's likely clear direction and holes that need to be filled. A high quality support. If you don't have support at the level where you want to go, and you're going to have a problem. You're settling for less in the support department for your business because you think you have to settle for less because you're not making the money yet. How do you think you're going to make the money? Is by getting the direction from the people who've done it. The other option is my ProjectME Posse group coaching membership. That's only $100 a month, where you get live weekly trainings from me and other guest experts. There's a great free bonus in there right now where you get my content creation made easy course. So don't say, oh my God, but Tiffany, I don't see how I could get a business loan. I don't see how I can make anything work. Like, I want to work with you on a higher level. I want to work with you privately. I want to work with your mastermind, but I don't think I can make it work. Well, I have made sure I'm available at different price points so you don't have an excuse. There's no excuse there. It's $3.33 a day. Your ass spends more money on coffees a week than that, and I know it. You spend more money a month on your nails and your lashes. So that doesn't work on me either. But you want to do the holy grail and really take this seriously. What is the CEO move? What's the boss move you need to make? My guess is the boss move you need to make is you need to be in that damn mastermind. I would say that's the best boss move you can make. If you are someone who's, you know what, I've done a mastermind. I really need more one-on-one. Okay. You can apply to work with me one-on-one. It's also a matter of, even if I feel you're a great fit, I only take 6 private clients at a time. So I don't always have immediate availability to coach you. But they're completely 2 different things. What's going to get you to show up? What's going to give you the most support during these times? And stop buying into people's fantasy crap. Stop looking at people even in your niche. I don't want you listening to podcasts that make you feel that way. This is real business talk here, straight up. And if you are only in it for it being a pleasant ride, an enjoyable ride, a fun ride, an abundant ride, this is not the ride for you. It will bring up all of your insecurities. It'll bring up your money wounds, your money traumas, which is why I incorporate working on those money wounds, identifying them and healing them in every single program of mine and on this podcast. Because all of that stuff is going to come up. If this was possible for me, who had 0 self-worth, I am not the smartest person in the room. I am not. I am very good at certain things, and I'm very savvy and sharp, but I'm not book smart. I had to work my ass off to get grades that I got in school, like where I couldn't go out. I had to study. I have a terrible short-term memory. I can't spell. And I'm inherently lazy. If I was able to do this, there is no reason you can't. I don't have some je ne sais quoi, I don't have some special flair that's any different than you, right? I have some unique gifts and talents. Well, so do you. So does everybody. What I do differently is I double and triple down on myself, even when I'm terrified, even when it makes me super uncomfortable, even when I'm like, oh my God, I could end up living in a tent. I'd rather double and triple down on myself than spend my time, energy, and money pouring into working for someone else's company. I'd rather bet on myself because I'm going to show up. I'm committed to showing up regardless, and I know I need top tier help to get me there. And when I don't, you can see the difference in our earnings. My quarterly earnings are very obvious and a direct reflection on the support I'm making sure I have in my personal life and professional life. There's a direct correlation. So if I see a dip, I go, where do I need more support? And who can I call in that's the best to give it to me? Swipe up. You'll see in the show notes the application for the 6-month mastermind, and which also includes a 2-day live experience. And you can apply there, or you can DM me with telling me you want the mastermind app. The ProjectME Posse group coaching membership link with the summer bonus sale is also in the show notes, so you can go there as well. But bottom line is do something, because inaction breeds and fuels anxiety. But when you get into action, even if it's scary action, that's when the clarity comes. That's when the abundance comes. That's what fuels, that's what will get you re-motivated, reignited, refocused at a level that you need to boss the hell up. Wishing you great health, wealth, and worth as always. Love you guys. Take a screenshot of this episode, share it in your Instagram, Facebook stories, tag me at ProjectME with Tiffany, and then I will give you a shout out on my page. Also, a 5-star written review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. So let me read a review from one of our amazing listeners, because I'm going to start sharing these reviews. I really want to acknowledge you guys for taking the 30 seconds to leave a review. It really means so much to me, and you deserve to be celebrated. And it really makes my day when I'm having a bad day. So this is the latest one. Tiff offers a little bit of everything: humor, inspiration, vulnerability, and practical life and business tools. If you want something raw and thought-provoking, make this podcast part of your weekly routine. This is from Lar. Thank you. I'm going to read one more because this one made me cry. This is from Valentina Carabello. I might be saying your name wrong, which is, we all know is possible. After hearing Tiffany speak as a guest on another podcast, I knew I needed her in my life, and I haven't turned back since. Her real and raw approach drew me in immediately, and her episodes make me feel as though I'm learning from my rich best friend. The wisdom and knowledge she teaches is truly genuine, and I will forever be a loyal follower of her content. Love you, Coach Tiff. That's freaking awesome. Look at that law of attraction there when you do that, and the domino effect, right? Of leaving someone a review, it feels so good, and then I share it, and then doesn't it feel good to hear that? Also, I am your rich best friend. I'm also a rich auntie, but you know what? I'm your rich best friend. I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it, and I'm going to tell you the secrets. And there are secrets. There are definitely secrets, without a doubt, and sadly, no one fucking told them to me. And really, most people aren't going to tell you their secrets unless you pay them, and I kind of don't blame them. I'm an overgiver, so I'll share and spill the tea, but if you want me to customize it and apply it and show you exactly how to do it step by step, yeah, your ass has to pay me, and you have to pay me a solid amount of cash, and it's not small, and nor should it be, because your return on that is millions and millions of dollars if you choose to apply it. All right. I'm going to go. Love you guys. If you enjoyed this podcast, please write a 5-star review on iTunes. Not only will this make me super happy, but it will allow more listeners to find our special show. Simply help me help others.